Sisa Tezayin is very geschmack in Maamar. Very soidistic in Maamar. Indian dira b'tachtoinim. You might have seen here a lot of oases that reminded you of Vasi Lagani Yud Aleph. Yeah. Gerade Vasi Lagani Yud Aleph is Muggah. It's not Muggah. It's a chain. There's certain in Yonan and Vasi Lagani are not fully oisgetized. Here they're more oisgetized. In other words, at this stage you already in yeshiva you probably learned Vasi Lagani, Shiurim and Biyurim. A few of the Biyurim Pasha come from here. In other words, we understand Vasi Lagani Yud Aleph lefi ki Sisa Tezayin. It's one of the big yisoidus for the sugya of dira b'tachtoinim. Something interesting. Atvtzon should have been here in the back of the Kovetz because usually they bring siches that are connected to the Maamar. The sicha right after this Maamar, Parshas Mishpatim, Atvtzon, right? It's Parshas Shkolim, Tavshin Tezayin. It's a very geschmack sicha about Oder. Shnichas Oder Marim B'Simcha. This Shabbos will be Shabbos Varchim Oder. And no, the Shabbos, Shabbos Varchim Oder. And so there's a sicha in Chelik Aleph, a sikh of Chedesh Adar. Look at the sikh is Chelik Aleph. It's like at the end of what is it? The end of Yakel, I think, and then just like one page it says Adar. Doesn't even have an official title. Which is the sikh of Shabbos Mevarchim Adar Tavshin Tezayin, which is this sikha, which is this Farbrengen. And in the sikha, in a few places, there was mitzayin to the Maamar. Vimbat Masber given in the Maamar. Fiyam Mavur in the Maamar. What's in the Kudah? It's not very interesting. It's also very interesting to see how get the parmovag in them. Then the Maamar and things are very, very askaladik. And then in the Sikha, we also had here, a few Maamarim ago, we had in the letter, the Rebbe takes the Indian and brings a very practical Indian and avoid was kommt reis from them. And the Kudah the Rebbe explains in the Sikha is, the Maamar Chazal, Keshem she mishnichnas av mimatim besimcha, so azoi mishnichnas adar marim besimcha. So the Rebbe asks, why is the Yisoid of, and we'll only learn adar from of, and if the Yisoid is Av, so then Chedesh Av should be the Iker, and Adar is only a Tafel. Well, Apoel, you see that Mimatim B'Simcha of is not in Gansen Mimat B'Simcha. We have Epis Simcha. We don't completely destroy Simcha. Mashenk in the Marv B'Simcha of Adar is Bein HaRoich. Da'ila Bab Nadin Lias Kenidin. How could the Simcha of Adar be Ad Yada if the Hepech HaSimcha of Av is not Ad Yada? It's only with Ekbalis. Fine. But there was a very interesting beer. The Kudah the Rebbe says like this. Two Yesoides that the Rebbe takes out of this Maamar. Very interesting. The first Indian the Rebbe says like this. Why take Mishanichnas Adar Marbim Besimcha is Be'ein HaRoich, is Adla Yoda, and Mimatim Besimcha is not? Because the question is, what's the baseline? What's the baseline of a Yid? The baseline is a Yid took Zan Avodah Besimcha. That's bli kesher to other of you do it b'simcha. So mimatim b'simcha is your mimayit from simcha that you always have. You're mimayit a bit, but you still have to be b'simcha. Mashenk other marim b'simcha is you're taking from the simcha. You're always b'simcha, and now it's maribim b'simcha. It's not the pshat that during the year we're neutral. Other is simcha and of is atzvos. No, simcha is normal. You have to do avodah b'simcha. So mimatin is you go down to 40%. Maribin you go to 120%. Why? Why is the avodah b'simcha? The reason avodah b'simcha, v'yimat mevar given in Maamar, that what's the tachlis hakavana? What's the reason Yibshah created the world? And what's the tachlis of our avodah? Nisavak of this baruch lisla yidir b'tachtoin, which is a pashta zach. But understanding that the whole nikud of avodah is nisavak of this baruch lisla yidir b'tachtoinim, it's a very big mindset change. In Kama Inyanim, what's one of the Inyanim? If then it could be pashtus without dir b'tachtoinim, most people in this world, most frumei Yidden, and even a chassid, if you don't get the Nikud of dir b'tachtoinim, avodah is I'm here to raise a shamish as koini, and I'm here to connect to the Eibush there and do my shlichus and to zayin beinani, zayin tzaddik, whichever vocabulary you'll use. There's certain nekudah that a person is trying to reach something and to be something. So, connected zayin bittul. Yeah, bittul is also mitzias. The nekudah is that there's a point here. What's the person looking for? Saying that the purpose of our shlichus and the purpose of Briyas Olam is for dir b'tachtoinim, we're basically saying that it's not about you, right? It's about the Eibush there. The Eibush there created this world that he should have a dira, that he should be here at home, he should live over here. And we have to create the dira for him. So the yisoid of everything is the dira for Hashem. Hashem living in this world. If that's an ikud of avodah, if so, line of commitment. There's many nafkaminas. Menegel yanenu of the sicha. If the avodah is ultimately revolves around me, on vuichalt. So a person's doing well, so you're in a better mood. You're doing worse, you're in a worse mood. And even bezeh gufa, there's different parts of it. There's simcha, there's merirus, there's different ikudis, how a person grows and becomes a bigger oived Hashem. But if the yisoid from everything is, the yisoid of everything is that the Eibishter has a dir over here, so that's what avodah. So avodah revolves around the fact that the Eibishter is coming into this world and living here. Okay, if the Eibishter is here, oiz v'chedva b'mkoimai. We know with the Eibishter, in the place of the Melech, there's always simcha. Less smaller b'hayatika, right? In the place of the Melech, there's simcha. So in the place of the Melech, there's simcha. So if I'm doing my avodah of making a dir b'tachtoinim, I have to be b'simcha. Itachem mishlept arayin, atzvos, or even merirus kiviyachol, into the Armin HaMelech, into Cheder HaMelech. It's not about you, it's about him. It's about creating a dira lo yizbarich. So you create a dira has to be a happy place. Because that's where the Eibishter is. So that's why, it's very interesting in Nekuda, that the Hadgasha, and we know it by the Rebbe Sichas, and Igris, and Maamarim, the Hadgasha of Simcha, and even Kiviyachol, what the Rebbe said there in Vav, Nistam Avedis Amriris, right? It's all about Simcha. Why is it all about simcha? In the chayra, a person in growth, you need different emotions and feelings, and there's different ways of doing of it. Why is it all about simcha? Because that gasha, especially b'direnu, is about nisavak lish baruch. It's about the Eibishter's dir. It's not about you. And the Eibishter, and Vud Melech is doesn't have simcha. Similar oisius, in a bit of a different context. Chay Elul Yud Beis, where you say if I'm bringing about simcha and merirus and tshuva. That Chayel bring it in Chayes and El. So they're saying, like, why would a person be merirus? Well, let's say I failed, I didn't get where I want to get to. I'm not on the darga that I have to be. But the vart of Tanya is, what's the vart? Asher chata loy. It's not about you, and it's not about that you didn't succeed, and it's not about vudu house. It's what the Eibishter wants. Right, so that's ultimately so. Therefore, the Medirus itself is mitoich simcha because you know that it's all about what the Eibush. It's the Eibishter running the show. But the lashon in this sikh is oiz v'ched b'mekayim. If it's about the Eibishter in this world, so the Eibishter needs simcha around. That's number one. The zweite nekuda is oy bazeh if take the ikar simcha. So haytachin ishmichnas of matim b'simcha. How can there be times of matim b'simcha? We're always making a dira. During Chodesh Av, we're not making a dira. During Chodesh Av, we're self-absorbed. In a person's avodah, there's times for mediras. Taka the simcha is the ikar, but there's times for mediras as well. So how could there be mediras if oiz v'ched b'mkoyim for the dira? So the Rebbe says, it's das versteht man lefi the hemshich from the Maamar, that in making a dira, in sif hey, the mashal diras melech was v'dam. Yeah, what's the two in yanim? There's beis in yan. The tchila tzarich lanakis adira mikol lichloch v'tzaya. V'achar tzarich liyapoisa b'kelim noyim shetei re'oil diras hamelech. Right, so we see that in the context of making a dira, there are two halakim in the avodah. The ultimate point is actually there should be a nice dira, and the melech should be there. But before the melech comes, in order to repair it, there's also a isaskus bera. You have to take out the shmutz. You have to clean the house. So the context of miriros and the context of mishnichnas of matim b'simcha is also a prat in dira b'tachtoin. In order that the dira boy, sometimes you have to deal with the garbage. So fiza yuvan for was can shayach azazach from medirusa, shayach azazach from matim b'simcha. Meaning, according to dir v'tachtoinim, the whole havana of simcha and merirus changes. I just understand the pshitas by the Rebbe. I might have said it. Maybe no, I'm going to show him a different chair. Yeah. Now in Tanya, now we're getting into simcha. So the prakim of simcha, where does it start? It starts perek chaf vav and goes till Gimel. How many dargis, how many hisbainuniyas in simcha are there? Altogether, it's a nice amount. Yeah. And it's firach min hakal lakovit. In the beginning, it's that the Yisurim are from Omid Iskasya. V'chulu. Right, and this Yama Mushleim Hashem Hevri Chatosei, that it's here to bring you to a higher darga. V'chulu. There's many different biyur. All the way at the end of Perek Lamed Gimel. So in Lamed Gimel Gufa, there's a few biyurim of Simcha, which is always Simchas Nefesh Amitis. And all the way at the end is Oizos Yismach V'Kiflayim B'Simchas Hashem. And that's what he brings Yismach Yisrael B'Oisov Shekol Mishu Mezera Yisrael Smech Simchas Hashem Smech Deros B'Tachtoinim. Right? That the Simcha is in Simchas Hashem. That the Eibishter has a Dir B'Tachtoinim, so that's where the Simcha is from. First of all, if you look in Tanya, you see the whole build-up here. This Simcha is the highest level of Simcha. Yet the Simcha that the Rebbe put in the 12 Psukim for kids is this Simcha. Yeah, a klein kid just started the 12 Psukim right away is at the highest level of Simcha. But here as well, you see this Nekuda, that the Nekuda of Simcha that the Rebbe's mangish is what's the Simcha from? Dir B'Tachtoin. And what's Menirus? So here you could come and say Simcha is Dir B'Tachtoin. Menirus is because Chfartich bin a bench and I have to grow. No, Menirus is also a prat Dir B'Tachtoin. It all revolves around Dir B'Tachtoin. By the Rebbe, that's the Yisoid. Yeah. What's the Simcha? Because Dir B'Tachtoin. So of course the Simcha. So I talk something as Menirus. Weiter Dir B'Tachtoin. Hemshech Maamar. Very geschmack Sicha. Fine, so that's the Nekuda Sich. You see the Sich, Nekuda Sich is Chelik Aleph. Let's start from the back over here. Sivav Yisrael Olu Machshava. So the Rebbe brings the Torah of the Magid. Kamashal Adam Sheyesh Li Ben. Right, the Torah of the Magid Yedua. So this Torah of the Magid is brought in Chassidus a lot, and the Rebbe mamish gekocht in them, and with a lot of biyurim. Try to be misakim the Rebbe's biyur and how it comes in a very interesting lesson here in this Maamar. Right, the Rebbe brings the Torah of the Magid. That's Kamashal Adam Sheyesh Li Ben. Nafshe Ben Over Kneget Panav Alach Miyitay Mekom Kim Nechka Atzura Shel Ben B'Machshava Shel Av. Right, so a father has a son, and the son grows up by the father. But when the tzura of the son is the father sees the son, then the son leaves, and the son moves on in life and grows and goes to yeshiva. Yeah, moves on. That's it. The son was at home for 10 years, 15 years. Doch good. Now he left, so he doesn't know him anymore. Of course he knows him. Nechka tzura. You'll never take the image of a son out of the father's mind. So Azay is by a basar v'dam. So only after the son is born, then the father could have, then the image of the son could be in the father's mind, even after the son leaves. But before the son is born, Pash doesn't know his image. Not Shaykh, but Pash doesn't know how he looks. Yeah, let's even say the wife is pregnant, but doesn't exist yet. So you could say Shaykh Leimar. Af koidem shenivru Yisrael shegam oz haynechak turasam machshava kim shisbarach lamayla me'azman. Fine. So the Eivish there, that's the pshat Yisrael olu machshava, then the machshava kilu koidem bria so'ilam. Nothing's here, nothing exists yet. B'min nimlach menish mesein shal tzadikim. There's no world yet. So the also don't exist anymore yet. So b'min nimlach menish mesein shal tzadikim. How many nimlach menish mesein shal tzadikim? They're not around yet. So there's other biurim as well, but one of the biurim is they're not here yet. But because so even though they don't exist yet, he's already they already exist in his mind. He thinks about them. He's mitzayer them. So that's the Torah of the Magid. Ubechsidus Chabad Mevoral, there's a Torah of the Maggid and there's the beer of Chassidus Chabad. The beer of Chassidus Chabad is a different beer. I don't have to see the original Lushims and Mevoral. It's Mevor Behemshich, because it's not a beer Al Zeh, because if it's Al Zeh, then it's the Zal Bazak. It's not, because it's a different beer. Because you look in Maamar and Nayim Beis, that the Maamar here is miyusid on a few Maamarim and Nayim Beis. Sisa, Vayakel. It's a bit of a hemshich to what was the Maamar before Basil Gani. Shmois. Ve'ela Shmois was from Ve'ela Shmois Ayin Hey. This is from a few Maamarim later. Mishpatim, Kisisa, Vayakel Ayin Hey. Hemshich Ayin Beis. So that's where the Indian is brought. So there he brings the Torah of the Maggid and then he gives a beer. So it's not clear it's a beer on it.
What else that means on the Maggid or on this topic?
It's on Yisrael Machshava.
On the,
So Vur Al Zeh means Yisrael Machshava. Okay, it's attacking not on this. Because it's attacking on it. Vur Al Zeh. So there's two beer Yisrael Machshava. What's the beer of Chassidus Chabad? Geshem shvidias atzma yideas an ivroim, kmoinkun u'l'mayla mizayin yideas atzma yideas an neshamis, kam kedem sha'olu b'machshava. Here's a different nekudah. Chassidus Chabad comes and says, what does Chassidus Chabad come and say? The word of the Maggid is, Ein Echanami, the people don't exist yet, but he knows them even before they exist, because Avar Oive v'Asid Kecha. Chassidus Chabad comes and says a different nekudah. No. They don't exist. They're not there in the... It's not why Chassidus Chabad is coming and saying, Shaila, the Rebbe asked on the Torah is a Maggid in one of the Sichas, the Chiluk to Zion. I think the Chiluk to Zion somewhere. The Rebbe asks on the Torah of the Maggid. The Maggid comes and says a brilliant word, a merdike chiddush. What's the chiddush? That the Eibush there, even before the sun is created, nechkak to rasa mimachshava. He's l'mayla me'azman, he's able to think about them. Well, really? Like that's a chiddush? Well, what's the word of it? It's like a chiddush of Teres Chassidus that the Eibush there is over hive v'asid ke'echad. What's the kunst over here? The Eibush there can already have the image of the sun. Even though it's like a whole arichas, the Maggid. This is a little of the kids. Maggid writes more about arichas. By us, it can only after you know somebody, then you can think of them. The Eibush is able to, Al Yisrael Machshav, even before we were created, is able to think. Well, what's the chiddush? Of course, the Eibush is able to have. They get this. He's the Ma'alam Azman. So what's the chiddush? The Maggid wouldn't come to say, says Aposh Devart. That the Eibush it knows us even before we came around. After them, that's not from the Maggid. Narva then. It's a Sach Tifir. Yisrael Olu Machshava. What's Retman Yisrael? What's the darg of Yisrael Olu Machshava? According to the Torah of the Maggid, yeah? What does it say? There's different dargis of machshava and keya machshava, yeah? Machshava and keya machshava. Yisrael Olam Machshava, you're saying Kodesh Nivra Olam. What does Kodesh Nivra Olam mean? Kodesh Nivra Olam means a minute before the world is created. Kodesh Nivra Olam means we're talking about a darga in Elikus, a was is Kodesh Nivra Olam. We're not wegen the was is lefi erech Brias Oilamis. Yeah? That's already a Shaykh Lo'ilamis, as we know. Because Ebazei, it's not really, because Ebazei, it's not really, what's the word? We say b'min nimlach when it's misayim shel tzadik. B'min nimlach misayim shel tzadik. B'min nimlach on what? On Bria Soil. In other words, the whole if we're talking about already a shaykh l'ishtalshlos and an that's already a makar lo'ilamis, it's already after b'min nimlach. It was already set. Yeah, it was already decided. B'min Himmelach Mishasem Shel Tzadikim means that it's Chafetz Chesed. It's not actual Shaykh La'ilamis. Will there be a world? Will there not be a world? In other words, will this whole Seder Shtashos exist? B'min Himmelach Mishasem Shel Tzadikim. So if the Oyer Shaykh La'ilamis wasn't put in place yet, so l'ch'eira, so it's not the pshat Inyan in Zman that Shamas Yisrael and Shamas Begufim don't exist yet in Zman. And the Eivish L'maylam Zman sees it. Their whole Metzias has existiert nicht. Hishtalshus doesn't exist yet. But Olam Haz has no Tfisa Smokim. It's like before the Tzimtzum, was the Eivish Shaykh before the Tzimtzum to think about and have a Haben in Kop, als was tut sich up noch in Tzimtzum. So I was asking, is it Shaykh? It's not a question of is it Shaykh. Achar Tzimtzum is completely mufrich. Right? What's the word? Koidem Tzimtzum. Lo yahaya mokim lamidas oilamis. There's no mokim lamidas oilamis. If there's no mokim lamidas oilamis, then you don't exist b'chlal. So here it's a sach shver zach. Could you come and say that koidem shenivra oilam, and koidem atzimtzum, and koidem anything was shaykh to exist, koidem there was a sin smoking for things to exist, that there we exist b'machshavas HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Das nicht. It's not a chisar. It's like there is over It's not over Vasid. There's no mokim lamidas oilamis. There's no mokim to mitzias. So this is the word of the Magid. The word is that the Eitzel Shem Yisbarech Shaykh Loimer Ze Af Koidem Shnivri Yisrael. Even Koidem Shnivri Yisrael in Gansen, there's no mokim lo'ilim, there's no mokim for Yisrael, there's no mokim for anything. Gam Oz Haya Nechkak Tzurasam B'machshava Keim Shu Yisbarech L'mayla Me'azman. Saying that the Eivish is L'mayla Me'azman means he's not only L'mayla Me'azman, he's L'mayla Misibo Misuvav. He's L'mayla from being mugbil to not having a shaykhas lo'ilamis. Even though the Chayra Aded Dargi doesn't have a shaykhas lo'ilamis, he doesn't have a shaykhas to nishamis begufim dalamata, and yet in that darga, because of the chavivis of Yidden, because of his shaykhas to Yidden, so the Yidden are mushrish b'machshavta yizbarach. But tifer, because the Chayra, what could you come and say? Okay, you'll say, right, in Echanami, of course, Yidden are mushrish even in that darga. Why? Because Yisrael machshava, because Yidden are mushrish in atzmos. The Shem Yisrael mushrish in atzmos. Even though there's no world and there's no goof and there's no anything, Yidden, it's like the ben that's mushrish in the av before everything, because the ben is one thing with the av. So what's the chiddush here? The chiddush is that in Eberstein, there is koidem shenivra oilam and koidem dem vasarhat shaykhis loilamis. What's mushrish there? The Yidden, the way they are in the Neshama is begufim lamata. The Yid of this world, the Yid of la'acharat tzimtzum, the Yid in Eilam Haza Gashmi. Yeah? The Yid in Eilam Haza Gashmi that walks on two legs and deals with the Nefesh Baham's, that Yid is mushrish Olu b'machshava before there's any shaykhas lo'il. That's the chiddush of the word of the Magid. That before anything was shaykh to exist, you have the Yid with the ganze Metzias. Yeah. No, the mashal is a very simple mashal. The shaila is what does this mean when we're talking about the Eivish? You have to go at Tifer. It's Edel.
Mashal where he says that even though the ben halamita is not so there's an Eivish that even though it's kilo.
It's in the mashal when it comes to the Eivish, I'm going to get it to the person down here.
The Maggid says just like the father.
Unlike a father. Kamashal Adam Shesh Ben. So, what's the tzad shava? Tzad shava is even when the son is not there in front of him.
By the father down here,
it's only after he knows it. The Eivish told us before. Yeah, the Eivish told us before.
Even though he's not going to see him for years.
Yeah, but what do we mean he's not going to see him for years? He's not going to see him for light years. Yeah. In other words, even though meret wegen adarge, there's no oilam is klal, there's no mokim oilam is klal. There you have the yidden, but what's pshat the yidden? Not only etzem nishmasum kfishan mishroshim ba'atzmos, because then I'm saying it's etzem ba'etzem. That's not the word. The word is the yidden dolim mata are mushrish in the Eibush Lamai. That's the word the Rebbe says in Lakut Sichos. Here in the Maamar, the Rebbe breaks it. It seems the Rebbe comes to the same maskana, but the way the Rebbe comes to that maskana is by breaking into two parts. There's the vart of the Magid, and there's the vart of Chassidus Chabad. The vart of the Magid is that the Yidden, right? That the Eibusher is nechak tzuras and machshava. What the Yidden, the way they're dull, matam in zman, are in the Eibusher's machshava. But how does he explain it? Look at the line that starts Shenis Havu towards the end of page 33. The second, after Shenis Havu. Chakika zu yitzad hanishamis, and shezeh shaykh liishtalshelus. And go weiter. 1 second. And the next page, the third line. Chen sarich levayer shegam biishtalshelus in Yisrael olo machshava. Well, here the Rebbe is mevayer shtikol anders. Comes to the same place, but through a different oifen. Here the Rebbe is mevayer that ishtalshelus, that Yisrael olo machshava, according to the Magid, which machshava we're speaking about? We're talking about already machshava bria so'ila. Not machshava of koidim shenivra oila. Koidim as before this mokim lemidas oilamis. Machshava already that it's like machshava k'tumidak. Machshava k'tumidak is already after that symptom. Already after it was already a decision. What's the lesson there? No. Glif klifu b'tiru law kad solik b'rusa lemivri olma. Yeah, there's a ratzin lo oilamis. So here we're talking about the machshava for oilamis, and machshava. So already there are nivroim. Uvemele, that machshava sees the neshamis and gufim, the yidden that are coming later, and alo machshava, and they exist there on that level, right? Versus the other nivroim that only are nishtalshel at a later stage. The yidden are already mushish all the way at the top, but at the top of what? At the top of ishtalshelus. That's the pshat and the Teres Hamag. Then comes the Chassidus Chabad mevor al zeh. What is Chassidus Chabad? Chassidus Chabad is a different beer. Chassidus Chabad comes and says, "Midias atzmi midias anivroim." Right? Which is, from Rambam, yeah? Yedias atzmei yedea kol nimtzoi. What's yedias atzmei? Yedias atzmei is... If I know you, why do I know you? Because I met you, and I saw you. In other words, you exist, and because you exist, I came in contact with your existence, and hence I know you. By the Eibush that works pro kfar. Why do you exist? Because I came in contact with you. Why did I come in contact with you? Because I know you. How do I know you if you don't exist yet? If the only reason we exist because the Eibusher knows us, just like we said, the Eibusher creates us and the Eibusher uses oyer to have it. So the Eibusher creates us through his yediyah, through knowing us. If we don't exist, how does he know us? He knows himself. And eres doch koil la koil, noisa ha koil. He knows himself. And we are kolul in him on some level, and from that yediyah we are created. We come out from that yediyah, and we come into our existence. That's where we get our chayis. Chayis and yediyah are one in you. We come from his yediyah. Now, this yediyas atzma yediyas hanimtzoim. This is yediyah shelamayla meishtalshus. This is yediyah shelamayla meishtalshus. There's a very order from the Rebbe in the Hadrin Menvav. Is Hadrin Menvav. Huh? In the Hadrin book. The whole Hadrin Menvav's there? So it has that order there? Let me see it. No. No, the order there about Yediyah and Bechira. Hadrin Menvav. I think it's second. Only has parts of the. Yeah, it's in Ha'ara 14. Yediyah B'chira. The Rebbe there brings the Shaila, the famous Shaila of the Rambam, Yediyah B'chira, that if the Eibusher knows everything that's going to happen, so what kind of choice do we have? The Rambam finishes off, Shuvas Shaila Zu Aruka Me'eretz Mida. It's a very long and complicated answer. We don't know how the Eibusher knows things. Fine. So the Rebbe asks, the Shaila, it's a complicated answer, and you can never figure it out. And in fact, there's times on the Rambam that I've asked and others ask. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you asking a question if you don't have an answer for it? It's not to confuse people. So if there's no answer anyway, so don't fregas nishbechla. You're safer that's supposed to explain things. But the bigger shaila is the answer is a very simple answer. It's an answer that's brought by many choikri Yisrael. It's brought throughout the ages. What's the classic answer on Yediyah B'chira? Why is Yediyah and B'chira not a stira? Why is the Eibusher knowing what we're doing not a stira to our free choice? Because this that he knows is because we chose. Elamai, I know what you chose only after you chose it. Hashem the Eibusher, he sees the future. He knows what you're going to choose. He knows it. There's many igris that Rebbe brings this in, and sometimes even down here you could have someone that has a shikul idea of the future, right? It brings up a proper psychologist or a navi. Chulu. Psychologist knows. I know you. This is what you're going to choose. I know how you work. I know how you'll be in this situation. That's what you're going to do, right? You could know the future, so you'll say because the psychologist said he's going to do it. That's what made him do it. Sometimes it's taka, yeah. But the nekuda is that he knows he's going to do it because he knows the person and he sees the future, right? So why is it dia spirit of b'chira? So the Rambam had a very classic, basic answer, kishmaka answer. He could have brought that, and that answer is brought by many Gedolei Yisrael. Why didn't the Rambam bring it? And le'idach, the Rebbe asked. Obviously, if the Rambam didn't bring it, it's because there's such a pashta svara that shoylo that answer. If there's such a pashta svara that shoylo that answer, so what was everyone else thinking? It's brought in so many svarim. It's like the most classic answer. Anyway, you ask anybody, Yediyah B'chira? Yeah, let's say he knows. Gzeira and B'chira is a problem, right? That the Rambam goes into that as well. If you say that the Eibusher was goyzer, we should do something. That's already forcing us. They said he knows. It's not a stira. So the beer that Rebbe gives like this, which is mamish masin vas mereda. The Rebbe said this klal that Yediyah is a mesuviv from the thing that's known. This that I know you is because you exist, and therefore I only know a fact after the fact is a fact. It comes into existence. Is al pi gidrei haseichel. The Eibusher is not mugna gidrei haseichel. The Eibusher, these rules don't apply. So it's not like an effect has to come after the cause, right? I know you. I know something because it's there. Why do I know that 2 + 2 = 4? Because that's the reality. Because that's the fact, right? It's not because I know 2 + 2 = 4, therefore 2 + 2 = 4. It doesn't work that way. The Eibusher puts everything into existence. The Eibusher creates all reality, including Gidrei HaSeichel. So by the Eibusher doesn't know something because that's what it is. Fakert. Because he knows it, therefore it is. Who decided that the rule should be that way? Right. This is 2 + 2 = 4 by us because those are the facts of life. It's Klali HaSeichel, and that's why I know it. But what's the truth? Why tak is 2 + 2 = 4? Because the Eibusher knows that 2 + 2 = 4. And that's why 2 + 2 = 4. How does he know that? Because kachal b'ritzayin, right? In other words, it starts from within. It's a decision from within. It's a decision. It's an internal reality that by him 2 + 2 = 4. As he says by him, not based off any facts and any other factors or any Klali HaSeichel. Ubimela says like this. So the other Gedolei Yisrael speak about Yediyah la'achrei hatzimtzum. The Rambam speaking about Yediyah shalifnei hatzimtzum. There's 2 Yediyahs here. Yediyah achrei hatzimtzum. That's not Yediyah hatzimtzum Yediyah nimtzoyim. Yediyah hatzimtzum Yediyah nimtzoyim between Klali is koydem hatzimtzum, right? Because here there's nothing. The shaykhus of Eibusher to the world is only because of Allah b'ritzoyna. He wanted there to be a tzimtzum. Tzimtzum is atzmai. So everything there is because Allah b'ritzoyna. Ratzim. It's koydem hatzimtzum. It's also ratzim. Achrei hatzimtzum, the stage was set already for Oilamus. So facts of life exist. Klali HaSeichel exist. Yedias atzmo, yedias anim tzoim. Right? On that stage, nothing exists. The only reason things exist is because because he knows it exists. The Rambam, that's why he can't give the answer Yediyah B'chira. He can't say Yediyah B'chira, it's not a stira. Why is you're telling me that the fact that he knows I'm going to do something is making me do it? No, he knows I'm doing it because I'm doing it. You can't say that because the Rambam read Koidem Atzimtzum. I just understand that the massive chiddush to say that the Rambam, as in Sefer Rambam, read Koidem Atzimtzum. Yeah, because the Rambam, the Pashas is the ultimate Chaykri Yisrael, and it's all and the Rambam didn't go higher than Chachma. Yeah, didn't even get to Keser, right? It's like the Rambam and the Maharal, Seichel Baruch Hu, Kodesh Baruch Hu. But the way the Rebbe learns in the Hadim, it's Hadim Vav, all places well bigger than Hadim and Vav. That the Rambam read Koidem Atzimtzum, the Rambam read Bayatzmos. So, if you're speaking about Yedias Atzmoi, Yedias Anim Tzoim, then you can't say then in that reality Yediyah B'chira is a stir. Because everything that exists is because he knows it. So right now I'm walking down the street. Why am I walking down the street? Because he knows I'm walking down the street. Why am I choosing right and not left? Because he knows that I'm choosing right. That's why I'm choosing. Not Mashen came the other Gil Yisrael, Redin Vegen Yediyah La'achar Tzimtzum, that Yediyah is the effect of the cause, which is our choices. So, Megillah Nenenu, the Magid direct Vegen Yediyah Shla'achar Tzimtzum. And that Yediyah is associated with the Taka we exist. Why does he know Nishamas Yisrael, Ol Machshava? Because we exist. We don't exist yet. He sees the future. But he sees the future and the fact that we exist in the future is what enters his mind. And that's why he knows us. Masha'enk in the beer of Chassidus Chabad, Redveng Yediyas Atzmoi. Koidem Atzmoi. Yediyas Atzmoi. Yediyas Atzmoi, there, our existence is just a hemshich of his existence. It's not a Metzias Nifredes. It just, he exists. And we're kolul in him. So from there he knows us. So what does the Rebbe do at the end of this sif? The Rebbe puts together the beer of Chassidus Chabad and the beer of the Magid. And comes to a very similar maskana. The Rebbe there, in Lekut Sichos, comes in the birth of the Magid itself. But here the Rebbe just goes on a different path. Which is what? In the last three lines of the first ket of Vav. Shari Asiyas Adiro B'ishtalshlos. Tzorach levarsh gam b'ishtalshlos in Yisrael u'machshava. Ach sheir she'inu fish v'diyas atzma yidiyas hanishamis. Right, so it goes together. Meret wegen Yidin dal lemata. And the Yidin dal lemata have to make a dira with their neshamis and gufi, manefesh bahamis, and make a dira in this world in ishtalshlos. So the Magid teaches us, that this person that exists in Hishtalshalos, and he is the Yesoid Kiyachol of the Eibusher's Yediyah, right? In other words, his Metzias is a Metzias Amitis. And he has choices to make a Dira B'tachtainim. That's what we're speaking of. We're not talking about a Yid V'yer's Mushash and Atzmos, L'mayla. A Yid Dal Lemata. But how Taka can a Yid Dal Lemata, the way he's in a guf, and with the Nefesh B'hamis and Allah Yonim, how can he make the Dira? How is it Taka Shaykh? What gives him the Koyach after he makes a Dira B'tachtainim? Because Yisrael Machshav Al Pi Chassidus Chabad. That really it all comes from Yediyas Atzmoi. That Be'etzem, that where are we mushrish? We're not mushrish in the Yediyah Shel Achar Atzimtzum. We're mushrish in the Yediyah of Koidem Atzimtzum. But L'chayra Koidem Atzimtzum, we don't exist bichlal. So then it's just like Mishamis Yisrael, Mushrashim there, but it's not associated with the Yid with V'yer's Dolamato and with B'chira Chavshis, etc. But that's the chibur. That shoyre she'inyan, that Yediyas, it brings it before as well. So it's a lesson there. That from Yediyas Atzmoi, Shemizeh, at the end of the previous page. Shemizeh shem b'Yediyas Atzmoi nimshach achar kach gam b'ishtalshalos. They're connected to each other. It's not two different biyurim. They're speaking about two different ramot, but they're connected to each other. And it comes to and that's the maskana that comes out from there. The Reinach Hanami, it all starts off Koidem Atzimtzum in Asmusi Yisbarach Yisrael Olu Machshava. Yisrael Yisrael mushrashim ba'atzmus. But that leads to, and that's connected to the Yisrael machshava shel achrei hatzimtzum. Where the Rebbe says here in the Sikha, what's kommt from them is that Yisrael olam machshava koydem hatzimtzum. Not only etzem neshamis Yisrael, the yid dol lemata in a guf is olam machshava koydem hatzimtzum. Look at this chelik tezayin. I'll have to find the exact. I believe it's towards the end of the krach, Parshas Pekudei or Parshas Chodesh. There's a sif there towards the end of the Sikha. Very yisoidistic. It's very very bekitzer. But that's the chayr what it comes out to. That's the achro of the two inyanim. That l'mayla, as in case of in other words, we're talking about olam machshava yidiyas atzmai, but who's olam machshava? The yid in b'seich seder ishtalshus. Not only the yid v'yas hecher for ishtalshus. The yid down here is mushris and the yid up there.